where today we're playing Super Toy Cars on the PS4. This is also on Xbox One, Wii U, PC, I think pretty much everything. And yeah, as you might be able to pick up just from looking at it here, this is a game that wants to be kind of Micro Machines-y, in that you're racing little dinky toy cars. It also wants to be a little bit Mario Kart-y in that you have weapons and stuff. But as we'll find out, it's kind of like both of those games, but diminished of any real character at all. I haven't been playing for very long, like about a couple of hours, and I've got one more cup to unlock, so not a wealth of content here. Also not a particular wealth of tracks. They kind of cycle in and out an awful lot, but let's dip into this cup here, which I didn't do too well in because I had a bit of a rubbish car before, and now I've got a better car, so I'm going to jump this to the race here. And, you know, I mean, always this kind of like Mario Kart style racer thing, kind of what I always look for is some level of madcapness. That's always kind of important, and some level of course, character, which is, I mean, you're in a tough spot where, like, this is a genre that already has Mario Kart in it, albeit, you know, PlayStation 4 doesn't have a good karting game. But yeah, this game is really kind of devoid of any sense of character. I mean, you have these cars, but these cars are all kind of generic cars, and I can like the locales as well. This isn't like the best example because we're actually on roads here, but when it's the little cars racing around in the home, it's kind of just, it's a different set dressing, but it's not, you know, it's not like those sets play into anything. And, you know, I kind of think, I mentioned Micro Machines off the top, and that was kind of the first in this genre, almost. You know, I think it actually came out before Mario Kart. But, I mean, even though that was top-down, that was a case of, like, these toy cars racing around, you know, racing around people's homes and stuff. And that was all, the design of that game was so good that everything played in. You know, it made sense that you were racing around on the breakfast table and, like, losing grip on milk and stuff. You know, it made sense that you were racing around Formula One cars on a pool table, and then, like, you go down one pocket and you'd reappear up another pocket. You know, it's like a war thing. It's almost like, you know, it's very difficult to do this toy car concept when it's been done before so well. And here it's just, yeah, I mean, here we are racing around underneath, I guess, a breakfast table, but I mean, it's just, there's sandwiches and apples here, but they might as well be tire barriers and, like, barricades and stuff. You know, it doesn't really inject any sense of personality. I think the other thing as well that hampers it is just presentationally, it's not good. There's some draw distance issues on some of these tracks, and the frame rate isn't brilliant, but what really sucks is the sound. The music is just awful. I think, like, it's some of its licensed stuff from kind of indie rubbishy bands, but I appreciate that some people might have different musical tastes from me. But what really hurts is that, and again, we're not really seeing it here because we're on a time trial mode, not on a race, and we run out of time. I just eliminated again, 0 points, nil point. Let's go back to the menu. But, you know, when I was doing the races before, there was just no sound effects on anything. And that's the real bummer. If you go into, like, this thing here, you imagine, like, all the sort of yahoos and the whoops and the draws that Mario Kart characters make, or, you know, because they have character. I'm not saying, like, you know, there should be bloody awful voiceovers, but that these weapons should have frills. I'm just launching, like, an 8-ball down the track. It makes not a single sound. They're like bowling sound effect. Nothing. Like, you couldn't have done that. It kind of, it beggars belief, like why it's such an obvious thing as to put bloody sound effects into this game. So that's kind of strange and disappointing. I think gameplay-wise, it's not bad. The track design's not especially dwelling. It sort of tries to occasionally use sort of like those nice stumble into the track there. So occasionally it tries to sort of, you know, make the track design change or make your approach to them change, but not really radically enough. It doesn't make a massive sort of difference to things. The power-ups, I think, partly because of the lack of sound, don't really have that much move to them, and the car handling's okay. There's some drifting mechanic involved, where you can hold down circle, and that sort of gives you a little bit of drift, but to me it just makes the car feel a little bit too squirrely, and not particularly in your control. So, you know, I don't really bother with it. If you get some of the cars I see later on, which have higher speed but lower handling stats, then you'll drift automatically anyway, like I'm doing down that corner. So you get the sort of necessary speed boost bonus the drifting gives you just by driving around the track. So I don't really feel the need to bother with the drifting mechanic more. And yeah, I mean, apart from that, it's just you race. There's not a wealth of content, I don't think. But I mean, it's race after race after race on these kind of uninspiring tracks, doing not particularly exciting things, and then it stops and then you do it again. You can buy new cars and upgrade the cars you have, and that kind of becomes a necessity, as I said earlier on when I first tried one of those earlier races. I had a shittier car than I have now, and that basically meant I was unable to compete. But now if you see here, it's sort of said I can buy a vehicle and I have quite a lot of cash, so let's see, so it's there you go, so I can buy the best car in the game. And I as I said as well, like I've played this for a couple of hours. It's not an expensive game, I think it's about $10. But yeah, I have been playing this for a couple of hours and I've just sort of unlocked the best car in the game apparently. And I've got like one more cup to unlock here. One more cup already unlocked, so I've unlocked all the content now. So yeah, I mean it's not expensive or anything, but I wouldn't say that it's the best value proposition. And there's the general sort of twists on the same sort of theme you might see. So there's time attack races, there's elimination races where if you're last when the timer runs out, then you get thrown out. And it's the same as that, but with like explosive mines going off and stuff. It's really stiff on the steering. At least I kind of handled it, not massively different. I'm kind of hoping like this car's just the speed will resolve any handling issues that it has. You can see like some of those touches getting really kind of blurry into the distance, but it doesn't look ideal there at all. Like some control distance issues going on. Probably have the same haircut in right now. I didn't have the best car in the game. So there's like pro tip, you should probably just save all your currency at the start and then just be able to get like the Formula 1 car. Beat everything. Although well, like, there's the slight lack of imagination that, Micro Machines had this concept of, toy cars and came up with a whole bunch of different locations, from kitchens to bedrooms to, like, school desks and all of that stuff, all of these places that you might put your toy cars. Where, it seems Super Toy Cars here, it's just like, well, put them on the road, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of, it doesn't particularly do much with its own concept. I don't think, like, the weapons as well, like, almost universally defensive ones, so like they're just sort of hit slams and slows cars down so they can drive open. I think there's the 8-ball, which is kind of like, a thing rolling down the track, but it's almost like your lightning bolt, I guess. And there's a homing missile, but those are the only two offensive weapons, I think. Which is just backwards to me. That sounds incredibly backwards to have like a drivetrain like this where all the weapons are defensive. Though it does like a reasonably cool thing with having a camera, putting a camera by the weapon so you can see when somebody drives over it. I think kind of the thrill of this kind of thing is to shoot an enemy ahead and watch them tumble backwards from the lead. That's why satisfying is going to be. And so if most of your weapons are being shot behind you, then that kind of results in a very, kind of deeply unsatisfying. There's no danger mark for that, I suppose. It's a bit, just lost from last point. Such as kart racing. There you go. I mean, there's nothing, it's not abysmal, I mean, like, it in itself isn't bad, it's just kind of devoid of any real sort of character or thrill, and there's really not that much to it, so now I'm gonna sort of fully upgrade the best car in the game. There's a couple of upgrades left, but yeah, there's really not much in the way of content or ideas here, so it's not particularly recommendable, I'm afraid. So that's Super Toy Cars on the PS4. Chris John, CrazyPop.com. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.